though. Sold the cab's gone, so I've been looking for some wheels for this. So depending on which wheels I get and if they fit and how they fit, we'll see if we have to roll some fenders. And then depending on fitment right now, we'll see if I'm going to get coilovers or not. So I'm waiting on the wheels first. I've seen some 20s. They're like deep dish 10 spokes or something like that. They're kind of cool. They're like 2 bars each, like star, you know. So those are they're cool looking. We'll see if I get those and how wide they are. They look like it's a guy on Facebook, so I don't know. They look like a staggered set. He didn't have a lot of information about them. He just had the bolt pattern, and they look wide. They look like 20 by 10s, so might have to do spacers or something to make them fit, and then really roll these fenders and dump it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So if they fit good enough, I won't get coilovers right now because there's some other things I want to do, and you only get so much money to play with on budgets. So I got some money to play with, and we'll see where that gets us. Hear me out. Alright, so here are the wheels I got. They're actually a staggered set, so they're pretty unique to this setup. Let's go with that word. Here's the back ones, and these run a 275, 35, I think. Is it 30? 275, 30, 20, and then this is the front, and it's a 245, 35. So this one's a little taller, but this one's probably taller because it's wider. But you can definitely see the lip difference. That's pretty big compared to. So that's what a 275, 35, 20 looks like on a Sonata. It's completely stock fender. These need cleaned up. They were just kind of put on there for mock-up purposes, but the other side was hit and it was wrinkled up pretty bad. I've been trying to fix that, so looks like I'm gonna end up rolling that side, and I'm gonna get some coilovers for it. I'm gonna dump it. I know this doesn't look that big, but that's crazy for a Sonata. All right, so my coilovers are on the way, and I have my wheels here. I'm gonna start getting this cleaned up and prep for paint. They're gonna be gloss black. This car is gonna be murdered out at some point, so we're going with that. Anyway, passenger side fender on the rear rolled out yesterday, and it does not look good because where it got hit, it's kind of like pinched in, and it's just got a little ugly spot. So it doesn't look very good right now, and I'm gonna leave it until I get the wheels in there. That way I know what to do. If I have to roll it back, or if I have to fabricate some flares, I might have to make some, because the ones that I've seen that are completely round, like these arches, they have some that are like arced, and those are the ones I need because they're kind of thin, but they don't match my wheel wells and they look stupid. The other ones that I need, I think I would have to cut up, so I'm just not set on that yet. So I didn't buy them. I'm gonna get these on there. I'm gonna get the coilovers on. I'm gonna check out all the fitment, and then we'll figure out what we got to do. Yeah, I don't want to waste money on things that I'm not sure about, or I might have to waste, so whatever. As long as I don't put too much on too fast, these are gonna look fucking good. Alright, so painted this one last night. It's got about 2 coats of primer on it. It's nice and dry. So we're going to use our super expensive Rust-Oleum here. And we're going to see what this looks like black. Oh, we got a wipe right there. Inner barrels still need to be painted, but I'm gonna let this sit and dry in the sun. Up. I'm excited today. I finally got something I've been waiting for like, probably not that long, but it's been like 20 days. I don't know why they took so long, but it took a minute. But decent set of Rep 9s. Let me show you these. Actually pretty nice. Everything's machined real nice. No sharp burrs. These are actually pretty nice made. I know they're still on the cheaper end, but everything looks pretty solid on them. So they're even damper controlled. Hit the top hats, and right here on the rears, because those are a bit different to get to. So I don't quite know yet. I don't know if that's going to be adjusted inside the trunk or you have to adjust it from like under the car, but I'm going to set them at the hardest I can go, and then we'll back them down until it's comfortable. Just make sure we don't have any rubbing issues. And then it came with extended sway bar links. I believe they could be for the rear, but I don't know for sure. So I guess we'll hit that bridge when we crash into it. Alright, so struts off, and we gotta pull this nut off. This has to go back on the car, but we might have to cut it. That way we can get to the dampener adjuster, because this will probably be too long. And I think this will rub on the tire a bit. I don't really like this setup here. It's got no lock. I guess you can bite this if you want. There's nothing to like. I guess you put a wrench on this flat piece here and then tighten it down. Never mind. I'm just bitching. God damn it. So much shit in here. So there's no weight on this one right now, and this is what it looks like. So I think it is sitting on the sway bar, because this one's hanging right now. I got the other side jacked up, and I was like, it still looks weird. And I noticed it was off the ground. So this is how I'm hoping it goes up quite a bit more. So we got a little bit to roll. I put on these nice shiny new front coilovers. They do actually look good. I'm excited to have them on, but I don't want to put them on. So these don't look too bad. I just gotta take the full sway bar link off because I have replacements, and then it should be those two bolts, and then that one, right? Nope. I gotta take that off down there, and then there should be the 3 bolts at the top, and this drops out. Yay! It's like it was made for it. That's crazy. All right, so this side is rubbing hard all the way up to there. So yeah, I'm gonna really have to pull this guy. Right now, I think this roll's gonna be enough, but we're gonna have to pull the wheel back off. Right here is a nut that holds the bumper on, and it's either gonna have to go out or up. So I don't know if I can bend it up this way or if I'll just have to flare it. But I don't really want to flare it because the look like kind of looks okay, the transition currently. So I think I'm gonna have to get in there and like try and bend it. So for now, we knocked this out a little bit, replaced this nut with the zip tie, and then we adjusted the coil up a hair, maybe like 1/8 of an inch, and I'm gonna snug that down. All right, so even though we put some money into this thing, it still has some issues. Like it doesn't have power steering. The driver door does not open from the outside, but we put wheels and coilovers on it, so it looks pretty good now. It's definitely fixed a major issue that This car is pretty ugly. So wheels and tires have transformed this thing, and I know you can't just take these wheels and tires and slap them on this car. I know it needs modifications, and so I can't say that there's another Sonata in my general area that has 20s on it, let alone 11 wides on the back. So tires are a little loud. They just make some road noise the way the grooves are in them, but it's not too bad. Nothing to radio. So for taking a normal car, like normal traffic, and sticking huge wheels on it and dropped it on some coils, this car looks pretty good, in my personal opinion. I think it looks really good. That's not to say it's not without fault, because it still has some things that need lined out. Like, I haven't fixed the power steering yet. This door still doesn't open from the outside. Let's see. It still rubs a hair, which I think I will have that fixed once I get home and get some tools, which is no biggie. And I would say the biggest downside as far as taking a car like this and doing what I've done to it is, like, compared to, say, a Honda Civic or something. When you drop it and you put it on like low profiles and stuff, you can really feel the road. Well, this has electric power steering, and in between where the electric motor and the shaft couples, there's a rubber bushing in between there, so there's multiple like joints in this shaft, so you can kind of feel the road, but it's not like, it doesn't